What up, Dokkaners? The 8-year anniversary preview series continues on now that we have finished looking over all of the parts involved in this celebration that happened on JP. We are now going to be taking a look at the amount of medals that are needed to awaken all of these characters so that you guys can get started right now in farming ahead of time. One thing I love to do is to pre-farm my medals ahead of time, so that way when I get to pull the units, I get to enjoy them much sooner than those who would have to summon and then farm out every single medal that is needed. Now, you can't avoid some of it. You're going to have to do some of it, but you can also alleviate some of that workload by working on it early, and that is the definition of Dokkaning responsibly. So if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys subscribe, notification bells turned to all. We are trying to hit 70,000 subscribers before the start of the 8-year anniversary, and if you guys are enjoying all of this content, especially covering the 8-year anniversary, getting you guys ready, I would really appreciate if you guys could join the Toon Army today. We are about 24 days away, so this is going to give you an ample amount of time to actually do all of this farming. And like I said, it's not going to be all of it, but it will be a good chunk of it. So that being said, let's look at the banners here. The Dokkan Festival banners for part 1, Spirit Bomb Z, the banner unit. Then we've got Spirit Bomb GT and the Shenron brothers. They're brothers, right? Ice and Nova. Pretty sure they're like twin brothers. So it's not just these guys. Depending on the level that you are when you're playing this game or watching this video, you might not even have a majority of these characters, because there's going to be a lot of you new players who haven't even seen these guys before. So even without just looking at the banner, the headliners themselves, you're going to have your work cut out for you with all of these different units. Now, let me also tell you, when it comes to Dokkan awakening one TUR character, it takes a considerable amount of time. It takes you 11 runs on the highest difficulty of that respective Dokkan event. Take Gamma 1, for example. This unit requires 77 medals from this Dokkan event. The most amount of medals you can obtain from a single run of a Dokkan event is 7 medals, which means you would have to run that event 11 times. And it costs you 25 stamina per run, which means it'll cost you 265. Is it 265? 265 medals or stamina to actually fully Dokkan awaken this TUR. That's a TUR. We have a bunch of LRs featured here, not just the TURs. We've got 3 TURs here. We got the banner unit, we got Gamma 1, and we got the GT Super Saiyan. Everybody else here is an LR, so they are going to require more than 77 medals. 35 in step 1, and then you need 35 more, so that's 70, 91, 105. So you're having to get 28 extra medals for the steps between an SSR to an LR as opposed to an SSR to a TUR. That's going to add up when you look at the fact that every single other unit here is an LR. Basically, if you're brand new, this alone is going to keep you busy for days. And depending on your willingness to burn stones or use up meat, this is all going to take some time, which is why I like to recommend that people farm ahead of time, because this will help you out tremendously and cut down the time that it takes to actually get to use the unit that you just summoned. That is one difference between Legends and Dokkan that I am jealous about. Dokkan, you have to then take the time to farm out the medals. Legends, your units just get assimilated into or they're just ready to go. Like all you have to do is train them up and then you're good to go. So that is one thing that I am jealous about. But anyway, let's take a look at these. So we've got the Dokkan Festival Part 1s. We're also going to be looking at the headliners for the Part 2 banners. I will not be covering the featured SSRs because that would just be simply way too much, and that would be a lot for you guys to have to look at on one chart. So I would recommend you guys check out the Dokkan Wiki. This is why I reference these videos or these links in all of my videos descriptions. These are very useful resources for you guys to get ready for the content. So all you got to do is click on the Dokkan Wiki link in the description and then navigate your way towards this. I'll put this in the pinned comment so you guys can at least see the Dokkan Festival banners. You can click on these guys and see the medals that they need, where they come from. But now, if you are ready, feel free to screen capture this if you want. This is what we need to farm out the medals for the new 8-year anniversary units. So if you guys want to pause it, screen capture, do whatever you got to do, feel free. I will also be posting this on social media so you guys can take a look at it there and just download it. But this is how I have constructed the cheat sheet. This is my 3rd year doing this. I started this during the 6-year anniversary, I believe, and people have found it very useful. So I wanted to keep doing it. Plus, it puts into perspective just how much it takes for different units. As you can see, there is a whole lot going on here on these 2 characters right here. By the way, forgive me, I have to use something to like point and click. So I'm just using Tiger. He's a buddy, so he's fine with it. So the Carnival LRs, look at what they require. There is just so much going on here. In fact, 56 plus 14, so 70, 91, 98, 105, 112. 112 medals are needed to awaken the Carnival LR. 112 are needed for the Gohan. You need 105 medals for the new 8-year anniversary Dokkan Festival Part 1s. You need 35 for the banner units. So if you add all of that up, right, that is 210, 280 plus 224. That's over, is that 500 medals? Over 500 medals? I just did some quick math. That's a lot of medals. That's a lot of medals and a lot of time that's going to be spent. I don't want to sit there and do that. You guys might have seen my post-game show streams on Twitch after I summon on YouTube. I'm sitting there for about an hour to 2 hours anyway, cleaning up my box, and then I'm doing my Dokkan event medal grinding. I don't want to sit there and do that for 500 plus medals. That's just too much for me. No, thank you. I am going to alleviate some of that workload by doing this. So anytime you're bored, anytime you have some spare stamina, all you got to do is just reference this right here, and you guys can see what the medals are that are needed. So for the Goku, if you want to get started on that, even if you're not going to summon for the carnival banner or the carnival banners themselves, let's just say you're not, for argument's sake, it's still going to help you in advance, because if you have these medals, then one random day when you summon and you pull something, maybe not even on this banner, maybe on another banner in the future where this unit is featured, and then you randomly pull this Goku, well, you will now have all that you need to awaken him. 56 medals are needed from this transforming Goku Dokkan event, which you see right here. That is equivalent to 8 runs on that Dokkan event. 8 runs times 25. That is 200 stamina that is needed to simply get these 56 medals from this Dokkan event. You can do that in one sitting, multiple sittings, anytime you want. You can use this cheat sheet as a checklist for you to do all of that. Same thing applies to everything else. So the Goku needs 56 or 8 runs of this Goku Dokkan event, needs 2 runs of the Yamcha, because if you guys don't know, these 2 Carnival LRs are joined forces type characters. Like in terms of their composition, they've got a bunch of Z fighters with them. I actually don't know if they are joined forces. I don't think they are joined force characters, but they literally do have other characters in their design. So that's why Yamcha is here, Transform, or the Super Saiyan Goku is here, and then you've got the story events as well. You've got some Attack of the Saiyan story event stuff and a Super Strike event from the TN. So same thing goes for the Gohan. Gohan needs 56 of the Kid Gohan medal, and then I'm gonna make this smaller. It's kind of distracting. Then you've got Yamcha, Piccolo, so on and so forth. So just simply reference this whenever you're bored. This will keep you busy for a little while. Now, when it comes to the Dokkan Festival Part 1s, you obviously cannot farm out the medals on this side right here. These 2 columns are off limits because these medals are the new Dokkan events that we simply don't have yet. So, depending on when you're watching this video, which is most likely before the 8-year anniversary, you can still farm out everything else past this column. So 35 from the Omega Shenron Dokkan event, 35 from Kid Buu. That takes care of your Dokkan Festival Part 1s, and then your Part 2s are fully covered right here. So all of this can be done at your own leisure, whenever you're bored, whenever you have spare stamina. Maybe you've done your daily missions for the day. Before you put down Dokkan, you've got like 200 more stamina left over on your account. Why don't you spend that 200 stamina farming out some of these medals? And that is why this is here. So hopefully you guys find this useful. Again, screen capture this, pause the video, find out my tweet on social media and just download the image. Whatever you got to do, this will be a very useful tool for you guys moving forward. And also feel free to share it. Other people can take a look at it as well. This is a very easy way to prepare for the anniversary. Now, I do want to talk more about how much it's going to cost, because this is going to take you some time. So what I've done here is I've listed out the Dokkan medal or the Dokkan events that you have to use to clear and get all of those medals. So if you don't know how to reuse the Dokkan wiki, that's why I'm basically making this here. So you're going to need the Omega Shenron Dokkan event and the Pure Carnage and Destruction Kid Buu Dokkan event. So just look through your list of Dokkan events for the day, and if you see these, then you're going to need to do these 5 times on the highest difficulty. The most amount of medals you can get on one run on the higher difficulty is 7. So 7 times 5 gives you the 35 that you need. 7 runs over here. It's going to cost you some stamina, so that's why you've got 24 days to do this. You got plenty of time. Also, for those of you who aren't aware, I always forget this. This is courtesy of my buddy Proton for reminding me. The events are listed in a very particular way, and if you're wondering why some days certain events aren't around outside of like celebrations, major celebrations, when all the events are available, it's just simply because they do it this way to keep the event listing to somewhat regulated. So every Monday, it's all for AGL. Tuesdays Tech, Wednesdays Int, Thursdays STR, Fridays Physical, Saturday is Extreme, and Sunday is Super. So how this works is basically, let's just take, for example, the Ginyu Dokkan event. The Ginyu Dokkan event applies to 3 characters. Those 3 characters are AGL, Int, and STR. So as a result, this Dokkan event, outside of major celebrations where every event is available daily, this Dokkan event will appear on days that have to do with AGL, Int, and STR. As such, that applies to Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then of course Saturday, because Ginyu is an extreme unit, so that's why. So 4 out of the 7 days, you will see the Ginyu Dokkan Festival, or the Dokkan event available. So same thing applies to these guys. If there's a unit in this list of, actually, I don't even remember. Let's go look. I don't know who fully benefits from the Omega Shenron Dokkan event. So let's go here. Let's go to Omega Shenron. This Dokkan event. Okay, so there are 3 units. So AGL, Physical, and STR. And STR Super. These 2 are extreme. So that would obviously mean Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So those are the 4 days that it would be around before the anniversary. Once the anniversary starts, it'll be around every single day. So that's how this works. So you need 5 runs of Omega Shenron, 5 runs of Kid Buu, and then I've listed out all of these as well. Remember from the chart, you needed like 56 of the Dokkan, the Transforming Goku Dokkan event. So that is why you were going to need to run this 10 times, because you need the 7 for, or 8 for the Goku, but then the Kid Gohan also needs 2 runs at it. So that's a total of 10 runs. So I've listed that out here. 8 runs for the Kid Gohan Dokkan event, 4 for Yamcha, 2 for each one. You got 3 runs for the Super Saiyan Goku, Piccolo. And then for these guys, I don't know how many runs it would take, because it kind of just depends on your drop rates. If you're lucky, it'll take a very short amount of time. Plus the amount of stamina required is also very low. So I just put easy. This won't take you much time at all. 37 runs times 25 stamina per run equals 925. I'm not even counting the story events. All of the Dokkan events, they total to 37 runs. You need to run through the highest difficulty on each Dokkan event 37 times. 25 stamina per run. That's going to cost you 925. If you add how much you need for the story event, which would be like 100 stamina, give or take, you need roughly 1,000 stamina to farm out all available medals right now. So put that into perspective on your account. For me personally, as someone who's ranked 999, who plays Dokkan a ton, I have 376 stamina total available on my stamina bar, which means 3 full charges of my stamina bar would be enough to cover all of these Dokkan event medals, which I could do at any time that I want. But since I'm trying to save up my stones, I'm not link leveling right now. I mean, I am link leveling, but once my stamina bar goes empty, I don't do anything. So now I'm going to be using my available stamina to farm out these Dokkan Awakening medals anytime I feel. And it will take me roughly 3 full bars. So probably 3 days, and I should be done. So use this as a way to sort of gauge and plan out how you're going to be doing this if you want to. If you don't want to, that is totally fine. But I want to give you guys all of the necessary tools and pieces available so that you guys can Dokkan responsibly ahead of time and be ready for all of the content moving forward, because there's going to be a lot. As you've seen in the campaign preview videos, there is a lot of challenge events coming up. You're going to want to see all of that stuff. You're going to want to experience all that instead of waiting and having to do all of this then. Plus, everybody is going to be busy come night 1 of the 8-year part 1, when we all have to pull these units Dokkan Awakening medals. 11. So no, you need 10 runs for these 2. You need 10 runs for the 70, and then you need another 5. So 15 runs. You need to do 30 runs of these Dokkan events in total. 30 runs just between these 2. That's enough. I don't need to do more of that. You know, like, I'm good. Don't make me do more. Make it easier for me. That's why I'm here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you guys have already begun your pre-8-year anniversary medal runs. If so, how many medals do you have? What's your percentage roughly? Has it been easy for you? Has it been difficult? And let me know your overall thoughts on the whole superstition behind pre-farming your Dokkan Awakening medals. Do you believe that it does curse your summons? Does it not? Speaking from experience, you know, just let me know your thoughts on that. I personally don't, but you are totally fine to feel the way that you do. So let me know all of your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know when to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.